Hey friend. Hey friend, welcome back to day 5 of Take Back Your Power. My name is Donnie Alvarenga, and I'm so excited to have you with us. We have been having a little bit of technology difficulties this past week with almost every single day of the week, but I think it is such a perfect example of what life does to us, right? We have a goal, we have a vision, and life throws curveballs at us, but that doesn't mean we can't achieve our goal. That doesn't mean we can't move forward. And so we're rolling with the punches, and we're recording and we're posting the recording, right? It is what it is. In our community, we believe that the obstacle is the way. And so through all of the obstacles this past week, lots of great ideas have come up. And so we appreciate all of those obstacles, and we appreciate your patience as we're navigating all of these obstacles. And we're so excited to have you with us. So over the past 5 days, we have been talking about different ways to take back your power. The first day, we talked about clarifying our mission, right? What are we taking our power back for? It's to accomplish something in our life, right? Then the second thing that we did on the second day was we identified the invisible forces that stand in the way of us achieving our mission. And more often than not, what stands in our way is not the events that happen, like technology not working. It's actually the emotions that come up in us that we react to. And when we get into that reactive mode, then we can't respond, and we move from being a victim to then becoming a creator when we're able to respond in a strategic manner. Now, remember, we can only have strategy or be strategic if we know where we're going, which is why it's so important that in the beginning, you clarified your mission. The invisible forces are the emotions, right? The third day, we talked about the mindset, and we talked about the drama triangle and shifting from the drama into the empowerment triangle. And that's what we were just talking about, right? Is the idea of being able to respond instead of getting trapped in that drama triangle. And yesterday, Shelly did an amazing job at talking about the different tools that we can use so that we can accomplish our mission, right? She talked about creating her superhero name. And we're going to talk a little bit about that for you today. And she talked about 2 separate tools, which was the stop, challenge, choose, to create a gap between something that triggered you and your response, so you can respond strategically. And then she talked about 4 questions whenever anything happens that puts you back in the driver's seat. The 4 questions are: what happened? What did you want to have happen? What's next? What did you learn? What's next, right? Oh, I'm sorry, not what did you learn? What was missing and what's next? So today we're going to talk about how we're going to wrap this whole thing up and harness your power and what that can create for you. Within our community, we offer you a one-on-one coach. We offer a habits of health system, which is where we got all of our content for you this week, that really offers you a framework to go from being maybe a victim to being the challenger and the coach, and from that drama triangle into the empowerment triangle. And we also offer you a community. And I have found that breakthrough happens in community. So if you have been trying to DIY your health, if you have been trying to DIY your life for the past however long, and you've found that it's not taking you where you want to go, we invite you to connect with your coach, connect with the person that invited you to this today, to find out how is it that becoming a part of our community could help you finally take your power back for good. And so today I'm excited to introduce you to Shelly Garnica. She also happens to be part of our community, and such an incredibly inspiring story of taking back her power. In the beginning of the week, we talked a little bit about how people come into our community from the healthy body piece. People are looking to improve their physical health. The healthy mind piece, they're looking to, find a sense of meaning and purpose or do something that makes a difference, or the healthy finances piece. And so, Shelly, welcome. Tell us a little bit about which door did you come in through?
I definitely came in through the healthy body piece.
Yeah.
I was really sick and tired of being sick and tired. Didn't really know that it was going to help me physically. I mean, with my health, I was just looking for weight loss.
So it's interesting that you came in through the healthy body piece, but you were just thinking about weight, and you didn't realize that it could help you actually with your healthy body. Is that what I hear you saying?
Exactly.
So we've been talking about how we have a mission, and your mission was, I want to lose weight. That was your mission. Yet there were some obstacles that came up. Yes?
Yes, lots of obstacles.
What were some of those obstacles for you?
First was I was really excited because I seen a lot of my friends losing weight through the summer, seen transformation pictures a couple of years ago, and I was like so excited to see them. And when I called my coach, I was we were on one income, my husband and I, and so finances was a big part of my decision that I was going to make, and had always been on one income, so I was used to pinching pennies, but I didn't know. So anyway, but that was one of the big major things. The other major thing was my health wise. I didn't think my mind was not right. I didn't think that I could lose 80 pounds. So when I talked to my coach, I was like, well, I don't really only want to lose 25 because I didn't think that I could do it, and so I have my cup right here. I still drink out of it for different reasons, but it says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, so anyway, but that was two of the major things.
I love that you brought that up, because one of the biggest barriers that stands in our way of accomplishing our mission is shortchanging ourselves. Because of that fear, we're living in the past. We're saying, well, I've never done it in the past, or maybe I've never seen anybody else do this in the past, lose 80 pounds. And so we allow our past to dictate our future. And part of taking back our power is deciding what we're going to create in our future, independent of our past, right? And there's a transition that happens there. And you came in from that orientation, as did I. And if you happen to be watching this and you have experienced a transformation, I'd love for you to type a 1 into the chat. If you came into this thinking that what happened in the past was the limit of what was possible, right? Because you are not alone, Shelley. And I love that you mentioned that as an obstacle, because it's that fear of failure that keeps us from verbalizing what we want. What is fear? It's that invisible force that threatens to take our power away, right? I love that. I love that you brought that up, because at the end of the story, how much did you end up losing?
I lost 82 pounds.
82 pounds. And this is a fist bump to you. You took your power back. And you took your power back because you also faced that challenge of finances, right? You said the obstacle is the way, and I'm going to figure this out. And how did you take your power back there?
I decided right after, I came in, going to do it 1 month, because I said I didn't know if I liked their stinking food. But since it was a money back guarantee, the fear of failure was taken away from me. So I told my coach, I'm going to try it for 1 month and we'll see. And I lost 17 pounds that first month. Results not typical, right? Kind of, but you know what I'm saying. And then in 16 weeks, I lost 48 pounds, became a coach, and literally transformed my finances by helping my friends and family get healthy around me. And my friends and family was the ones that was coming to me saying, what are you doing? Can you just be a coach already and help us do what you do? So I was really excited to help, different friends that was like Susie Salzman going from the hospital bed, losing 145 pounds, running a marathon, cheering her on, it's such a blessing to be a coach, and I just enjoy it so much. So that was how, the second part that I never knew was even there, because I have never, ever worked outside the home. So anyway.
I have goosebumps as you're talking, because you're talking about how the obstacle was the finances. And it turns out that that very obstacle is what provided a solution you didn't even expect, right? Where not only were you able to bless your friends and family members with the freedom, like you were talking about one of your friends and your clients that lost 145 pounds. She had had a heart condition and was in the hospital, right? And our program does not cure anything. It does not, we're not making any medical claims. But what happened is that Susie plugged into our Habits of Health system, lost 145 pounds, discovered she found so much more energy, and ran a half marathon. And so here you are offering other people to take back their power. And what I hear you saying is that it fills your heart. Yes, it fills your soul.
Yes, it fills my soul with so much joy. And that's what I always say. I can't believe, I get to do this, it's just a blessing to me and my family, and coaching just every day. I just love getting those little messages saying, oh, I did this or I did that, or, you know, them bringing a list of medication and mark that their doctors taking them off different things. And I'm like, how does this happen through weight loss? You know, like I came in as not a health coach, as not in the health profession. So I was like, okay, I called my coach. I'm like, how does people getting help with anxiety and depression, you know, doing that? And she's like, by balancing blood sugar, you know, but anyway, it's just like so many things that I learned through my clients by them getting healthy that they've been able to, you know, overcome. And it was kind of like mine because I had Crohn's. And I didn't realize, you know, coming into this, that it was going to help my Crohn's. I bled for 13 years. My kids couldn't hug me without me cringing. I would be cringing when they would hug me. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to do my tools, drink my water. But, you know, when I got healthy, God just led me to this program to get my nutrition and health back. And when I did that, my body, literally for 3 years now, I have not had any issues with my Crohn's, and I bled for 13 years, you know? And so I'm just like, oh my gosh. And my doctors I was almost upset because I had been going to the doctor. I had taken, you know, several different medications and different things. And, my doctors never told me to change the way that I ate or drank or anything on my nutrition wise. So I was like, you mean I've been dealing with this pain for 13, you know? So anyway, that's kind of one of my desires with health coaching too, because there is a way, if you change your health, you know, your body takes note and it gets in line and it does what it's supposed to do a lot of times. So anyway,
It's amazing how when we take care of our body takes care of us, right? And like we mentioned, we make no medical claims, right? We're not saying that we have the cure to Crohn's or to anything, but what happens is that when you eat the right foods, when you engage in the right habits of health, when you improve the health of your mind, all of these players play together to create health. And so when you're eating the right foods at the right intervals, it normalizes your blood sugar, which normalizes your insulin, which reduces inflammation. And inflammation is at the heart of a lot of different problems. So at minimum, when you normalize your blood sugar and insulin, you improve some of the symptoms of inflammation, which Crohn's is, right? And I absolutely love your story because you mentioned you came trying to lose weight. You weren't even trying to get healthy. You just thought, I'm going to lose some weight. And you lost 82 pounds, which amazing. Results not typical, but absolutely happened. And your Crohn's, you haven't had any Crohn's symptoms in 3 years since you started practicing the habits of health. Once again, it's not about any magic pill or potion. You just started practicing the habits of health and you improved your healthy mind because of that sense of purpose that you found and giving other people their power back. And probably improved your healthy mind also to improve your finances, which, by the way, because of your coaching, because you were able to add a second income to your home, you've been able to do a couple of fun things with your family, yes?
Oh my gosh, yes. Now my son can pick me up without it hurting, one. And he did that when we went on our cruise 2 years ago before COVID.
Which the cruise was made possible.
My first year that I coached, you know, I took 12 of us on a trip on a cruise to Mexico, you know, and got to go in caves and dive and climb down in there, you know, and the health didn't hold me back and my finances paid for it. And then just next week, I got it on my desk, just a reminder, we're going to Maui. There's going to be 6 of us that's going, not all, but 6 of us are going. And same thing, I paid with my health money, my health coaching, because that's my heart's desire to do things with my family outside. And not to, because I did things before, but I always charged it. And to go without coming back to a charge card that I have to pay for years and lots of, you know, those high interest rates is just such a blessing to me, you know, with one income, you know, and stuff. And my kids are grown now. My youngest is 18. So.
Well, you're no longer a one income family, my friend.
No, I'm not. I'm not one income no more.
But what I hear you saying is that even though you're bringing in an income, it has made you still be available the way that you were before. Yes.
Yes, 100%. I can do what I can. Yes, 100%.
I love it.
Grandbabies, my son messaged me, can you watch the grandbabies this weekend? Or can you stay with, yes, yes, yes,
It's about planning your life around what matters most, right? And doing that requires facing obstacles. Being a coach, has it required effort? Has it required intentionality?
Yes,
It's incredibly
definitely.
rewarding. And because it's so incredibly rewarding, sometimes we forget that it does take work. It does take work. And because I could do it like while I'm sitting at the playground with my kids, sometimes I forget that it takes work, but it takes intentionality for me to actually find a place that had Wi-Fi so that I could be here for this right now. But I could still plan my life around what mattered most to me. And you can plan your life around what matters most to you while being intentional, while taking your power back when those fears come up, when those emotions come up, when those challenges come up. We realize I'm on a mission. I realize that I have a mission that I'm about to accomplish. I acknowledge those fears. I acknowledge those invisible forces that threaten to keep me from accomplishing my mission, right? I recognize my mindset. I identify it. Where am I? Am I in the drama triangle? Or how can I shift into the empowerment triangle? More often than not, I shift into the empowerment triangle when I help somebody else with something that hurt me, right? And when I help somebody else with something that hurt me, it gives my pain purpose and it gives me purpose. And that shifts me from being a victim to then becoming from the drama triangle to the empowerment triangle, right? And then we use those tools, those weapons that we talked about, which is stop, challenge, choose. I love how you practiced that just now. You felt some emotion coming up and you recognized it. You stopped before the tears flowed. Not that there's anything wrong with tears, by the way, but you acknowledged the tears, you pulled up your water, you gave yourself a pause. And with that pause, you took a couple of breaths and it didn't pour, right? That is the power of taking your power back. And I absolutely love your story, Shelly, about how it is that you took all of these pieces together to not only transform your life, but for the life of so many. And today, as we're wrapping up this 5-day workshop, I want to invite you, if you're watching this, to connect with the person that invited you to this workshop. Because as you're noticing, Shelly had barriers in her life. If you heard Shelly Hank's story yesterday, she faced incredibly amazing, traumatic barriers. And yet she faced those and has been able to transform her life. Jessica, the day before, had barriers and Gloria, and I shared mine. And so if you are seeing barriers, you're not alone. And so we invite you to plug into our community so that we can help you get around those barriers so you can accomplish that mission that you always thought might be impossible. It actually may be possible. More than likely, it's possible with the right support and with the right tools and with the right structure. And that is exactly what we offer in this community. And we want to invite you to accomplish your mission. We want to invite you to become part of our community so that we can help you experience more yes days, like Shelly said, the yes to her son giving her a hug because he couldn't give her a hug because she had pain from the Crohn's. The yes to being able to take her family on a cruise. And all of that requires work. It requires intentionality. It requires addressing your mindset. It requires pulling out those tools. But what we do in our community is we empower you and we equip you to accomplish your goal. We actually have other frameworks that we haven't been able to cover this week. We gave you a little sampling of the amazing transformational system that we have. And we invite you to connect with the person that invited you today so that they can help you outline a path from where you are to where you want to be. Shelly, when you started, you wanted to lose 20 pounds. And what you achieved by plugging in with our community, was that beyond what you imagined possible?
So much beyond. I can't imagine if I didn't say yes, to be honest with you, because I would have been, last time I went to Hawaii was me and my husband's 25th anniversary. And we're getting ready on the 27th will be our 31st. And we said we wanted to go back. We wanted to go back before our 30th, and we wanted to take 2 of our kids that was at home, and I'm going back not a size 20, but I'm going back a size 10. And I remember standing in Maui, cutting myself out of pictures because I was embarrassed with the way I looked. I was in, big swimming suit, and standing in front of beautiful trees and stuff. And I can't wait to go rock my sundress this time and stand in front of that tree with my family. That health coaching has just transformed my life, physically, mentally, and financially, all three. And it's just such a blessing. And I'm so grateful. And I'm so thankful that I said yes to that. It was literally after I added up the amount that I was spending going through drive-through McDonald's $1 menus. It was literally $50 difference. And I'm like, you know what? I'm worth that $50. I'll find that $50 because I'm already spending the rest, and I'm so thankful I said yes.
I love that, Shelly, that, at first you were afraid, you allowed yourself to still explore. And when you explored, you realized that it really wasn't as expensive as you thought. You saved money. You only spent an extra $50. I saved money. And the truth is that for most people, they break even. But even at spending $50, was that worth it?
I would have spent all of it, girl. I would have spent $1,000.
You have received it back in spades, yes?
It's just like, I can't even put a price on what I've received because I don't have to, I can paint my toenails. I'm painting my toenails. I couldn't do that before. I had that chub rub where I was going up flights of stairs with my kids, taking them to, water slides, indoor water parks, but I was like, have to stop and take breaths. I don't have to do that no more. It's just like little bitty things that you can't put a price on, it's just those little things.
Thank you so much for coming on today and sharing with us what's possible, because your story is the key that unlocks somebody's prison. And if you're watching this today, we hope that through all the stories that you have heard this week, yes, you've got a key, all the stories that you heard this past week, that it has unlocked you from feeling trapped in your situation, and that it has given you hope that you can take your power back. So the next step for you to completely take that power back and accomplish your mission and become the superhero of your story, of your mission, is to connect with the person that invited you and get started today. We actually have some special promotions going on this week. So you want to connect with the person that invited you to find out what that might be. And last but not least, we have a special bonus for you. Actually, tonight, at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be having another session where you're going to be able to hear other stories that can continue unlocking your prison, whatever it is that you're feeling trapped in. It's in listening to what's possible, exposing yourself to what's possible, that you realize that it can be possible for you too. What I've done, you can do. What Shelly's done, you can do. Neither one of us are special. We were just willing to plug into the tools. We were willing to identify those invisible forces. We were willing to clarify our mission. We were willing to address the mindset, and we were willing to use the tools. And you are able to do it as well. We want to help you accomplish your mission, and we want to help you become the superhero of your story. So thank you so much for joining us this week. Join us back live at 8 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully technology will work with us. We're hoping that it will work. So we hope to see you back tonight at 8 p.m. Shelly, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. Thank you so much for everything you're doing to help so many others take back their power.
Fist bump.
Have a good one, guys.